mentioned Mayweather, you think he's like trying to avoid you, and there's a lot of great fighters in the division you're in now. Who are some of your other potential targets that
you got Devin Alexander, you got Robert Guerrero, you've got some big names. You got them two big names. You got Keith Thurman, you got Shawn Porter. Now, they're the big fights. That's the mix of names. I mean, I'm number 6 in the world by having one fight in the 147 division. I went had one fight and I moved up to number 6 in the world. I mean, it's not too bad, you know, having one fight. And the people above me is Mayweather, Pacquiao, Bradley, Marquez, and one more guy. I think it might be Guerrero. But it just shows that one fight, how much of a difference it's made, and how good how good the fight was that they moved me up to number 6 in the world. Whereas someone like a British fighter like Kell Brook's been fighting all his life at 147, and with one fight at 147, I'm way ahead of him on the rankings. So it just shows that, look, hard work, you know, pays off, and focus, and you know, if you focus and you want to be the best and you want to fight the big names. I mean, Luis Collazo was a very avoided fighter. Not many people wanted to fight him. He has that style. I was watching the fight against him and Berto, him and Ortiz, him and Shane Mosley, and Hatton as well. And I thought to myself, I got my hands full here. This guy's a tough guy, man. I go, oh, it's not going to be easy because he's a spoiler, he's awkward, he's southpaw. And I knew it was going to be a hard fight. It's not going to be easy. So I knew that, oh, you know what, I'm going to have to dig deep in this fight at times, because it's tough, especially him coming off a great win. I mean, my last fight with Diaz wasn't the best win. You know, I was killing myself making weight. The performance I put down, he went for with a shot which should have really put me down. But so I thought to myself, I'm coming off a fight which was not the best fight of my career. Whereas Collazo's coming off a great win, a knockout win against Victor Ortiz, so he's going to be confident, he's going to be ready, you know. So I had to train twice as harder, you know. If I want to be where I need to be, I mean, there's no point saying that I'm this good, I'm that good. It's about showing it and making everyone believe you. And I think that we did that.
And before Virgil Hunter, of course, you were with Freddie Roach, doing a lot of training down and a lot of sparring with Manny Pacquiao. And I think at the time you said like you wouldn't fight Manny, like you were stablemates. But now you're with Virgil Hunter. Do you think you'll get in the ring with Manny at any point?
Yeah, it can happen. It definitely can happen. Yeah. Style making fights. We trained together. We've sparred together so many times. I know his style really well. He's a great fighter. Yeah, I would fight Manny Pacquiao if I ever came up. And I'm sure he thinks the same way. But we respect each other, we're good friends. But this is a business. Boxing's a business, and I believe that, you know, if Mayweather doesn't fight him, I think the next person after Mayweather with the same style is playing myself.
And Mayweather, you said he's not avoiding you again, but he's coming over here next month, actually coming to Bolton for an after-dinner show. Would you be attending that?
I don't know, I'm going to see what my team think. I mean, Mayweather's a great fighter. He's one of the best in the world. I'm a big boxing fan as well as being a fighter. So I'm a big fan of Mayweather and other fighters. You know, I'm a big fan like Ray Boa and them guys. And they tweet me messages. And Mike Tyson tweets me, "Can you retweet my last message?" And you know, and I think to myself, wow, I'm a big fan of these guys, but they're like a big fan of me as well. You know, he came to my changing rooms after the fight. They've got a little win. They come and say, "You're a great fighter." I'm a big fan. You know, sometimes I don't realize how big I am myself. I just keep my feet on the ground. But yeah, as big of a fan I am of theirs, they're a big fan of me. So it's just great to be in a position like this. So I'm gonna want to go to a dinner event, not as a Mayweather future opponent. I'm gonna go there as a fan. I'm gonna go there and chill and see what he's gonna say and see how his show is. I mean, I'm a boxing fan in the day, you know, and I was very lucky to be in a position like this where at the age of 27 I've achieved so much that, you know, I'm knocking on the biggest fighters' doors, you know, saying, "Look, guys, I want to fight you."
Amir, quick question. I heard you earlier. You said, you know, you're 27 years old. You've been around the game a long time. I was wondering, do you still feel that you've got more to give and more improvements to make? And working with Virgil, hopefully, we will see them new improvements coming.
So much to give, yeah. I mean, this is only the start. I still believe, you know, I've still got my peak to hit. And I'm only going to get a better fight. I'm only 27.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did everything at such a young age where people forget how old I am. I've been on the scene since I was 16, 17, when I won the World Junior Championships, and also won the Junior Olympics at 16. And then I went into 17 to go into Olympics. So I've been on the scene for such a long time. You know, and people forget how old I am. I'm really young. I mean, I remember being in a taxi and a guy said, "You must be about 32, 33." And I said, "Nah, I'm 27.
Yeah.
I forget how old I am because I've done everything so young. You know, I've become a world champion when I was 22. I unified it when I was 24. You know, so a lot of people think, you know, normally guys win world titles when they're like 27, 28. At this age, I'm at now. But I've done things so quick, so early. Forget that.
You know, working with Virgil, you've not worked for him that long, but already, like in your last fight, you know, we've seen you tie up more. You did fighting Collazo sometimes frustrate you, where he was trying to maybe draw you in, and maybe in the past you might have been, now it seems like you're not hasty, and I thought you did really well, you know, being very disciplined.
At times I would have probably gone wild and tried knocking him out, especially when I hurt him, especially after the knockdown. I put him down in the 4th round. The old Amir Khan would have tried to go on and finishing him off and got caught with a shot or drained my energy, and I would have gone to the corner knackered. I mean, I put a couple of attacks on him, but I stepped back. So yeah, I see a big change in my style. I'm not the old Amir Khan. I mean, I trained very hard, man. I mean, people don't know how hard we trained for this fight. I had very hard sparring with guys who are a lot bigger than me. You know, middleweights, super middleweights. These guys can hit hard. They come forward. They give me a lot of pressure. So I'm glad I did that, because now when I fight these guys at 147, I'm going to be ready for them. I'm going to be ready for what they bring to the table. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh well, you know, let's work on this and work on that. I can make the fight as exciting as I want, but I think now as I'm getting older, I'm understanding the sport a little bit more. I think I've had my exciting days. I'm just going to win the fights and be smart. By being smart as well will get me an exciting fight as well.
What were you thinking when, you know, when you're boxing him, clearly winning the fight, and he's like not showboating, but he's trying to be maybe doing some like Roy Jones with his hands down.
Yeah, he wanted me. You know,
what were you thinking?
Do that anyway.
Yeah.
He wanted to draw me in and then catch me with a big shot coming in, because the only way of me making mistakes, the only way I make mistakes is when I try to go for the finish and I try knocking someone out. If I'm in my boxing stance properly, I'll never get caught with shots, silly shots. It's only when I'm throwing a shot he'll catch me at the same time. So he probably wanted me to throw a bigger as you can throw a hook at the same time. But I mean, we were just very patient in the fight. We built attacks, so I didn't want to jump into an attack. Everything was behind the jab.
You know, in the past you fought in December. You fought Peterson then. You fought Molina in December. Is that the likely date you return? Yeah. Is that the likely return? December.
November, December will be next fight. And
any locations? Any opponents penciled in? Or?
A lot of talks about Dubai. A lot of talks about America, even UK. So they're the 3 main places we're looking at. I'm gonna let my team out here and Golden Boy decide what's best for them.